me what you see when you look at me. Do you see another brother lost in these streets looking for his soul?
Trying to find my soul.
Or do you see another brother searching for lost souls in these streets? A street soldier.
Street soldier.
Here to help you get that chip off your shoulder, warm your colder days and sober your drunken ways, and find a way to help you get over these hurdles placed in our path. And this is not meant to amuse you. This is for all those who have questions but are afraid to ask.
I won't be afraid. I won't be afraid. No. When times get hard, you lose your way. Open your mind and hear what I say.
This is a message for the hard and the soft. To those who tune in weekly and to those who keep an eye out for 8 p.m. on Sundays and turn their radios off. The truth hurts. The cloth has been pulled. We're walking around half dead. Use this show as your IV. Alive and Free is a new movement. We've achieved self-destruction. A street soldier promotes self-improvement.
Streets couldn't be no colder, so I gotta be a soldier. It shouldn't be this hard for me. Even when it seems so hopeless, I gotta keep my focus. I'm glad to be alive and free, yeah. Streets couldn't be no colder, so I gotta be a soldier. It shouldn't be this hard for me. Even when it seems so hopeless, I gotta keep my focus. I'm glad to be alive and free, yeah.
Good evening, Street Soldiers. Good evening. Good evening. Once again, here we are, Revolutionary Radio, keeping you alive and free. That's what we do. We have no choice because it's a crazy, can I do one more? Crazy and, unfortunately, violent world out there. So thanks for listening. We give you good advice, good information, good example, good instruction, all to make it good in your neighborhood, right? And to make sure you stay alive and free. Just listen and apply, and it will work. Another wonderful show for you this evening. If you thought Black History Month was only for February, you're wrong. Not a Black History year. It's a Black History life. So we're going to learn something that we have done every year about a special program right here in the Bay Area that's doing wonderful things for its young people. Got to say hello to Annie B.
Oh, hello,
AKA,
Street Soldiers.
hold it, AKA, when I call you AKA?
I am sometimes Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. That's right. Y'all know who Captain Marvel is? Or the pioneer woman from with the Food Network. She can do it all. She can do it all. She can do it all. I'm telling you, look, you talk about look, you've heard the phrase jack of all trades, master of none. She's a jack of all trades and master of all of them.
Queen of all? Yes. I could do some things. What I did do, though, last night was visit the Oakland Roots soccer game out at the Oakland Coliseum, and it was amazing.
Nice.
I had a friend who was like, I can't go. Would you like to go? And I was like, I've never been. I would love to. So Evelyn, my daughter, 8, brought her BFF Floor, who's also 8, to the game with her parents. We sat behind these drummers, and they were like on beat drumming, and the team scored immediately, and then that was it. So soccer is really hard to score. There's lots of running, but the crowd in Oakland are just super diehard, and I just want to say thank you to the Oakland Roots.
You had a good time.
Oh, it was good. It was
had
good.
a good time.
Things just say, if you get a lemonade, that was $10.
Oh yeah. Now you're gonna spend money.
See, I know how to make it out home.
You're gonna spend money.
But it was good.
Yeah.
It's just the community, the vibe, the fact that tickets are affordable. It was just good energy.
Don't stop. Whether it be minor league baseball, minor league, I guess would be minor league soccer, the equivalent of minor league soccer. Yeah. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time.
It was good.
All
the
right.
girls had a ball.
All right. What's up? He's still Don Miguel. I like that, Mike. I like Don Miguel. I'm with that for Don Miguel from the Mo.
Don Miguel de la Filmo.
Yep.
That's how I go.
See? Yep.
You good, man?
I'm awesome.
Yeah, he's feeling chipper today. All right. Good.
I chipper every Sunday.
Less chipper sometimes, but
I played basketball today.
Oh well, all
That's
right.
good.
My eyes
Yeah.
are so red.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was sweating all in my eyes.
Yeah.
Yep. And I was celebrating 415 Day.
Yes, I saw that.
Yep.
Tell
Yeah.
me about it. I want to know. Yes.
It's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of twerking. Staying alive and free.
As long as they're live free, I don't care. Twerk all they want, all right?
I'm joking. It's a great event. We
No,
celebrate.
it is.
We celebrate San Francisco.
Yes.
And yeah, a lot of people came out. Shout out to Black Sea. Shout out to Rapping Forte.
Yeah. Oh,
Yup.
is he
Shout out
good,
to
man?
Phil.
Tell him I said what's up.
Rapping Forte
Hey.
doing good.
Yeah.
Doing
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody, man, that came out. Mom's Jedi.
Mm.
They had a lot of different events
Mm-hmm.
for 415 Day. So it's not just our event. They have, multiple 415 Days.
Mm. At one time, 415 used to be the way back in the day, the area code for the whole bay.
I remember.
Yeah,
Because
but
it
know that.
city.
Yes,
Yeah.
it did. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they broke out. Yeah, like in LA, 213 was one because I'm from LA, right? And they got 323 and all these
Yeah.
other ones, but it ain't like that.
I'm still trying to get used to 628. When I get a phone call, I'm like, who is this? I'm like, oh yeah.
That's a gentrified service.
Yeah. I got the 415 number.
I got that film on. Have you seen this thing? I don't know. It's on. I get these Facebook reels where these brothers are from like Vallejo, from Davie
Fairfield.
City,
Oh, like is this
Fairfield, and but it's the same dude, and he's representing each. And here, this dude is crazy. Man.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you'd be like
my light skinned brother with the dreads.
Yeah, he got the dreads.
Yes. I know you're talking about. He's hilarious.
He is hilarious.
Yeah,
he is hilarious. And he
Man.
plays, they all play against each other, and they all claim, the town, and it's funny.
From here,
Yeah, it's funny. He's funny. He's funny. Doing his Eddie Murphy acting out 50 Hearts thing. Lady E, you there? Oh, I say hi to you. Okay.
Hey there, Dr. Marshall and Street Soldier Crew.
You got any updates for me since you
No,
No,
I don't.
Okay. Are we gonna see your?
Absolutely.
Oh, there she is.
Good evening. Good evening.
Got the big earrings.
Yeah, I do.
All right. I mean, she won't talk about it. See.
That was my inspiration.
I can figure that out after the first two sentences. No, all right, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
No.
I like that.
Why would you say that? What?
Thank you, Mike. In case you're wondering, you can always join us on the go when you visit us at stayaliveandfree.org. We are live right now on YouTube at Stay Alive and Free. You can see Mike's reaction as well as everyone in the studio with us on Street Soldier.
All right, don't see the soul. Got news, and let me tell you, the first two stories are horrible. They are the reason that we are on the air in the first place, and sometimes these things take over. All right, you heard about the former Virginia Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax?
I did.
A rising star in the Democratic Party. He killed his estranged wife and then himself weeks before a judge's deadline to move out of their home. All right. He fatally shot his wife, a successful dentist, in the basement before going upstairs and killing himself. Their son called 911.
It's devastating.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yes, it is. It is. It's okay. I'll leave I got a comment that I want to make, but I'll make it after this next story, which is even worse. But before I do that, let me say, what's up? So how you doing, my brother?
Oh, I'm good, but them stories are extremely depressing. They're horrific. It's just
Yeah.
They're not good at all.
Yeah. Let me do this because hold on. You sent me the news, but I think I have it here. This is the other one that's 8 children shot and killed in a Louisiana mass shooting.
It's just
in I guess it's
Shreveport. Yeah, great place.
Let me see what I had here. I had
8 children were killed and 2 women wounded. And what I read was that it was in different locations as
Yeah,
well.
what I got here is Louisiana man killed 8 children in a shooting described as a domestic violence incident, and he was later killed by police after fleeing a carjacked vehicle. They got his name, Shamar Elkins, was identified by police as the shooter and sole suspect, and 7 of his 8 children killed were his.
Yeah.
That
Oh my.
The children were between 18 months and 12 years.
Oh, I don't like it.
The suspect's wife and a woman believed to be his girlfriend were also shot and seriously injured in the violence that occurred at 2 homes in the early morning hours. See,
It's almost unbelievable.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I see the look on your face. It's like, wait a minute, what did I just read?
So, I said this. I said this on the air. I say this in the work that we do. We're a violence prevention organization, right? But I said, for me, street violence, all of that stuff, drugs, and all that kind of, this interpersonal love violence is the hardest nut for me to crack. It is, and it's almost a setup. It's almost like, and they know how I feel about it. It's like you've been set up by love. I mean, the last thing you think is I don't know what else to say except, and we're working hard here. We got some ideas, but I mean, her husband shot her, right? And then he shot his kids.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there was a lot of weird, sad stories that were kind of revealed this week.
Let's just don't no more. No more. I mean, yeah,
and we still dealing with a
though that's beyond even sad. Like, it's
that's gonna be somebody's headline TV show. I can see it right now. True crime, but these kids.
Big.
Okay. All right.
It's hard to process that one, those 2. And I think there might have been another one, Doc. I just didn't. I couldn't put it. I mean.
And what, we're 2 weeks from having the family of Letitia Bobo in here, with her family celebrating her life, and she was senselessly killed. In Oakland, being out late night doing nothing but being in the nightlife. So this violence thing, and my last comment. People ask me, why do people do these things? Well, I don't know why, but I know one thing. For some reason, they think that this is the way to deal with their problem. Whatever problem this man had with his wife, it's the way he felt. I guess is how I'm gonna deal with whatever man just had with whatever was going on with him. And everybody got a gun. Everybody got a gun. All right, we will come. We'll leave that for now and move on to. So thanks for this one. And I know you're going to be first in the theaters. Are you ready to see Michael?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go. I got to take it back to childhood on that one.
Directed by Antoine Fuqua. Is that his name?
Great director.
Used in theaters in exactly 1 week, starring Michael Jackson's nephew. I didn't realize that. Jafar Jackson. The film takes fans on a journey of the rise of the pop star, widely considered one of the greatest entertainers of all time. It touches on Jackson's beginnings into the Jackson 5 and in his early solo recording career through the 1970s and 1980s.
Wait a minute, Doctor. Did they say one of the greatest of all time?
Yes.
You can take that one of part off.
No, well, now you're going to argue.
I know you're going to say James Brown, and that's fine.
Come on now, look. Yeah, they said one. Now you can say the,
that's Michael Jackson.
No, look, this is a kid. You haven't seen his last name, right? So you know who he is, right?
Mike is pretty.
Wait, hold- wait.
Awesome.
So this is the kid that wore a white glove when he was a kid, right? I mean, he had one glove, white glove.
I wasn't the kid. I was one of millions of kids.
Wow.
But you was mine though. This is.
I wanted a white suit and a leopard so bad, y'all. I mean, I must have put S curl in my head at least 17 times. And it never worked. I just had lumpy hair, but that's a whole nother thing. But MJ, I try to tell my kids, I'm just blessed to be alive when Michael Jackson was alive, because that, ooh.
Man.
No, he's one of a kind. There's no doubt about it. So yeah, I'm not gonna tell him about the time that he brought the cardboard into the garage, tried to spin on it. Yeah.
Oh, you could talk all about all that. I
think we're curious.
Michael Jackson.
Yes. So,
And it's controversial because obviously he's got a lot. There was always accusations, allegations, and and some people, have blacklisted him forever. He's in the R. Kelly category for some folks, and I get it. But Michael Jackson's just part of my childhood, and so yeah, I'm interested to see the film.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how this. I mean, obviously, but how this measures up against all. Been a lot of great biopics. I think that's the word they use.
What's
of entertainers? Yeah.
What's the best biopic? Ray?
I got one that comes to mind first is Ray.
Ray.
He was Ray Charles.
Wow.
I mean, you get a great talent like that portraying.
Yeah,
Plus, he can really play the piano. That's the other thing. Jamie can really play the piano. So he sat with Ray and learned.
He can sing also.
Yeah. So Ray.
Jamie Foxx was in Oakland this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he was, huh?
Yes, he was.
I know somebody I haven't talked to him about. He was going to see Jamie Foxx. Yeah.
That's right.
Let me get back to the biopic now. Another one, the top one for you. Anybody? I gotta go get on up. I gotta. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. What's love got to do with it? Excellent.
Angela Bassett. Come on now.
Yeah.
That was
That's up there with Ray. They neck and neck.
Ray. It's just a while ago. Yeah. It was up there.
Yeah. And Les Fishburne was crazy as Ike. He was legit Ike, wasn't he?
Legit.
I was gonna say, get on up. James Chadwick Boseman is James Brown. I love that.
I like to watch that one.
Nah, it ain't up there. Nah.
You don't think so?
No, it's not.
You didn't like it?
It's tight, but it's not up there.
Well, we're on number 3 now. It ain't in the top 2. Can it be on the list?
Yeah.
All right. Now here's one that y'all may not know, but I saw Selena. Everybody remember Selena?
Yes.
Jennifer Lopez, Selena.
Grew up on that.
That was good.
It was good. I had to agree with Mike. It's not at the great level, but it's at the. Hey, we picky over here.
Yeah. We have standards.
All right, those I can't think of any other. Anybody got any others? Lady.
Well, we'll see if Mike is in there.
We'll see where Mike fits. Right. Better be good. Okay.
Actually, it just came out. Bob Dylan.
Oh.
Bob Dylan's. I like that.
That was.
I want to see it. I forgot to see that one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Complete unknown.
I just look like this.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's what it's called, a complete unknown.
Yep. Complete unknown.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan was a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hey, but was it at Ray level though?
No.
All right. There we go.
Okay. Last thing. I've been, for some reason, I don't know if the world is messing with me now, but I have been. I told this. I just been listening to this one album over and over again, and I don't know what hit me. I heard one song, then I went back, and I've been listening to songs in the key of life, like.
Oh, I have too. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like he's got tons, but just from beginning, from Love's in Need of Love Today, I'm like, it's so here. They need some love in this Trump world, right?
Dr. Marshall, what is the album?
Yeah, what is that?
Is that like a thing with multiple singles and that you listen to the whole way thing?
No. I'm going one at a time.
Oh, you mean like a collection of songs?
Unless but
Wonder.
I just have to play the same one over again. Like I played, like the last 2 days, I've just opened up in the morning with "Love's in Need of Love Today," right?
Yeah.
But now I'm just going through them, and then I'm watching how you put it together. That was, I mean,
that was an awesome album.
Oh man,
That album,
man,
and it was double.
Yeah.
Yes,
yes.
It's on that album, and it's a
That's a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece of. It was commercially successful, which is interesting because it's really a piece of art. Every song in there, Village Ghetto Land, I should, that boy just anyway. That's why.
Yeah.
So like I'm there.
Oh, that's cool.
Was isn't she lovely on there?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
That's good knowledge, Michael.
Get out the water.
Yeah.
But that go crazy.
And if it's magic,
that's my favorite song on the album.
God. Okay, all right. Look, all right. Let's let it
favorite one.
That's where I am. I'm
You're in a good place.
Appreciate
songs
that.
in a key of life.
Yeah.
Because it's an album for all time.
Yeah, music's so powerful. So thank you for sharing that,
Yes,
because
it is.
sometimes we just need, sometimes we know it, sometimes we need to be reminded of it. So thank you for that.
And they're timeless.
Yeah.
Like what's going on? Marvin Gaye.
It's
Timeless.
music.
What's going on?
Good music.
All right, what's going on here is we have a couple special guests in the studio, and we are going to be talking about a very, very wonderful special program right here in the Bay Area at the University of San Francisco. And you see my sweatshirt is my alma mater, the University of San Francisco. The BASE program does something very special every year with their students, and I'm going to tell you about it. Just to let you know, Black History is not only in February. Okay? We're going to be doing it all year as a Black History Life. Probably more important now than ever, since they're trying to, Mr. Orange is trying to like wipe us out. But no, he's not going to have it. So I guess our Dr. Stephanie Sears and Mr. Lamont Stamps. That's what I thought. Thank you for joining us once again. I think you've both been here before when we did this, but we're going to talk about BASE, the BASE program at the University of San Francisco. You are the senior person here and the one that's been there the longest. So you get this story, and just tell everybody what BASE is.
Yeah. So great to be here. BASE is Black Achievement, Success and Engagement Program. And this is a program created at the University of San Francisco to really help Black students succeed, right? To get to college, figure out how to make it in college, and to graduate and have a great life beyond. So really, that's what BASE is.
I believe it's now in its, 7th year?
I'm going 8.
8? Okay.
Wow.
Oh, 8.
Yeah.
Time flies. They say I get a year older. 8 year. And what role? You've had a role in developing, I believe.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. Well, let's talk about how it came about.
Let's talk about how it came about.
And then you can talk about.
Yeah, I can say a little bit. So what I love about when we think about BASE, you really get to see how different parts of the community came together. I know now we're hearing the music.
It knocks me off my feet. Go right ahead.
So BASE really came together because we had this amazing faculty member, Candace Harrison, who had a vision for Black scholars at the University of San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
We had an amazing group of students with the BSU, the Black Student Union, who really understood that they needed to have a safe space to live and kind of be on campus, and they really wanted a living learning community. And then you had this group of faculty and staff and alum like yourself who came together and really saw what we needed was a 3-prong initiative, so that we needed not to have these one separate things, but really put this big thing together so that we could have a scholars program, a living learning community, and we could have a resource center, which would support Black students across their 4 years at USF and beyond.
And it's one thing to put something down on paper and hope for it to happen or wish that it could happen.
Yes.
It's another thing to actually make it happen and for it to come to fruition. And I always say, for me, you got to give big credit to the immediate past president of the university, Father Paul Fitzgerald, because if the top doesn't want it,
Yeah.
it ain't gonna happen.
Mhm.
And I can say that because um, I, there were a lot of presidents who would not have put the effort in, not only who didn't, but he was, he's the right time, right person, right place, and he said, "Let's make it happen." And we're now into 8 years, and it's amazingly successful.
It is.
It is.
It is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. These young people are just. We're gonna meet some of them later on.
Brilliant.
Okay, Lamont, how long have you been with bass? Because I really don't know, so you got to tell me.
I feel like I'm a benefactor because I've been at USF for the past 7 years, and so when I arrived at USF, base was there, and so I was able to kind of walk into what Dr. Sears talked about. It was already there, and so I just was able to walk in and kind of insert myself in various areas. But more specifically, I work with our orientation program at USF, and so being able to work with incoming Black students with our Black student orientation program, which was started by another faculty member, but it was there, it was already organized, so it was nice to be able to walk.
Who the faculty member?
Dr. Yeah, Jay Garrett Walker, who's a
Yeah.
faculty member
Yeah.
at USF, and
Yeah.
that program was started, I want to say, 10 years ago now. So, and it's going really strong as a result of her vision, but then also being able to walk into that, given some of my previous experiences, to help grow that program has been really rewarding. So,
As far as I'm concerned, it's a jewel. It's a jewel. And as an alum a long time ago, when there were not many Black students at the school, to see this, I always had a vision that there would be, but all visions don't necessarily come in. But now to walk on the campus, and I think the latest figures are now there's 13% Black. 13% Black.
Mhm.
In fact, I always say there are more Black students at the University of San Francisco than there are Black people in San Francisco.
Can I ask a question?
I say all the time. Yes, sir.
So you went to school
Yes,
when
sir.
it wasn't a lot of Black people at SF State, but it was a lot. It was a lot
At
more Black
USF.
people. USF, excuse
Yeah.
me, but it was a lot more Black people in San Francisco.
Oh yeah. When I got here,
Right.
date myself, it was 14% Black in the city.
oh wow,
Wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. I mean, the Fillmore was really the Mo.
The
I mean, it was
Mo.
Black. The Visadero
Yes.
was Black, right? Or a
Yes.
lot more.
Low
And of
hate
course,
was Black.
lower hate. Yeah,
Okay.
folks. I mean, I'm talking
Yeah.
14%. That's a lot
Yeah.
different than 3.9, or I hear it's lower than that now. OMI was
Yep.
was had Black folks over there, and of course, the
Bayview.
Bayview was Black, and over the years that has eroded for a number of reasons. Which but yeah, Mike Darrell Moore. If you want to see, I would tell people you want to see some Black folks, go up to the school. Because you ain't gonna see nothing walking. But we wanted at that time, my fellow students and I, and Adrian Riley being one, and maybe she'll pop on. But we wanted more Black students at the school, and so we got the BSU started, and we actually went out, and people have heard this before. We went out and recruited, folks to come to USF. Now the cost was a lot lower in those days.
yeah,
So low that I can't. Well, yeah, everybody understands the price in San Francisco was a lot lower 10 years ago than it is now. 40 years ago was a whole lot lower, right? So, and I didn't add 10 more years, but I just want to make people know. But it was a lot lower then. But we went out and recruited, and we got students to come to the school, but we and we never got to the community that we wanted, and fortunately, in the last 8 years now, we're able to put this thing together. Dr. Candace Harrison, her vision, and we we made it happen, and it's incredible. And the students are, can I say, the cream of the crop? Can we say that?
Yeah.
The cream of the crop?
Yeah.
They come from all over.
From all over.
They come from all over. In fact, when we see some of them later on, we'll ask them where they come from. But I remember the first student recruited, Lady E, you will like this. The first student that was interviewed for the base program was Michael Gregory.
Yeah,
Michael Gregory.
Oh, my fraternity brother.
My from debut. And I would say Michael was a community, raised by the community, raised by 100% college prep. One of ours at Alive and Free Omega Boys Club, Lady E, one of yours.
Wow.
And we became and he, well, most young people, they want to go out of state, out of this, go away. And we said, look, why don't you take a look at this new program at USF? And, and I'm very conscious of young people having to borrow a bunch of money to go to college. Well, if Michael got into this one, he wouldn't have to borrow a bunch of money. Even though the school's expensive, he would provide tuition-wise anyway. So, yeah, Dr. Harrison got him in, and she tells her, I was crying when I left.
Oh, wow.
I left. Oh, yeah, he was the first one and the first graduate, and he said, I always say, the oldest one sets the tone for the rest to come. And Lady, you want to say something about Michael real quick? Since you know him when he was in Alive and Free in high school.
Yeah, Michael is amazing. He came into our college prep program, which you could only do after attending the regular Leadership Academy classes. He came in his junior year, one of the first whoever wanted to try to do as a junior, high school junior with the seniors. He came back his senior year, and we had a conversation about his experience at, what was it, Reardon?
Reardon.
Yeah, Reardon, yeah.
Reardon. He wanted to go to there were some colleges that he was really interested in. And he came to class one night pretty much in tears. He said because his counselor asked him, you want to go to these colleges? How much rejection can you take? Well, that was not anything I wanted to hear as an educator. All right. So I said, well, we got something for her. And I found somebody who works with a whole lot of money, working with kids whose parents have a whole lot of money, teaching them how to write and get prepared for these prestigious schools. And she worked with Michael pro bono. When Michael finished, he went back to his counselor and showed her all of the colleges, the universities, the prestigious ones that he got into, and then the one that he chose. Listen, it's like, all right, he is a star. He is a star. He's determined. He's going to make it no matter what. Yeah, we love Michael.
The first of many stars in the base program, and he's not at Columbia. Shining brighter than ever. Michael. He's Michael.
And giving back, and that's the other thing. He gives back. He is available to help any and everybody because he knows this is a process, it's a journey, and you just can't do it by yourself. So yeah.
If folks can imagine a whole, how many what base? Anyway, a whole bunch of young people like that at the university. The issue is, part of the issue, Ann, has been getting staff to keep up with the number of kids that are coming. And so that, we get, now all these kids are here, now you got to have staff to support them. Yeah. And so but it works. Yeah. It works. It's been great. And one of the things that you have put together, I just think is very unique for the base students, is the Immersion tour. How did that come about? Tell people what that is and why is that important to do?
So this is another creation, Candace Harrison creation, another Dr. Harrison creation. And this trip is really about taking Black identified students through the South.
Yeah.
So we start in New Orleans, we go to Congo Square, we get rooted there in sort of the Black history there. We then we go to, I'm not going to take us to all the places right now. The students will do that. We end up in Alabama, we end up in Tennessee, we end up in Mississippi. And the idea is really to firmly root students and all Black identified students in the history of African Americans in this country. I think a lot of times the narrative is that Black folks in this country don't have culture. And I think this trip fundamentally disrupts that story and makes really clear the deep, deep culture, deep, deep roots, deep, deep history that African Americans have in this country, which I think resets. I'll never forget one student said to me once, I'm just African American. And I said, just?
I like that, just.
And I was like, there is no just African American. You are African American, right? And so I think it's really about removing that just from the African American experience when it comes to history and culture.
The first thing I think about is one thing to read about it.
Yeah.
Look, face it, look, we didn't have any Black history classes when I was coming up. Let's get that straight. Folks, okay? I have none, okay? And, I went to a Catholic Jesuit high school, but in the public schools, they didn't have any. And I remember the first class I taught when I became a teacher back then was a Black history class. I taught world history. Sorry, I was 22, Lamont, teaching high school seniors. Okay. Woodrow Wilson High School. Okay. And I taught world history, I taught civics, and I taught a Black history class. And you talk about, you can here you got the one who was fresh off USS campus being the BSU president walking in to high school kids. You talk about fired up. They might have had Malcolm X walking in that class, right? I started, and kids loved it, man. And I mean, it was a juniors. I was teaching seniors, civics, and I think it might have been seniors.
Wow.
But their eyes, their minds were just, because they know nothing about Black history. No, nothing.
What year was this?
Oh, man.
What was this?
Seriously?
Seriously.
1970.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Wait, Mike, did you know that Dr. Marshall started the BSU at USF?
My colleagues and
Marshall.
I just happened to be the president. They named me the president. I don't know why.
He just happened to be.
I'm just saying,
what year was that?
I love that. Whoa. Wait.
That was 68. I'm going to tell you why that was important, because that was the year.
Why would you do that?
But I'll tell you why that was a landmark year. Despite the laughter, that was the year Martin Luther King was assassinated.
Yes, it was.
That was a big year in Black history.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So I was like in the cradle of all of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
As a student. And, so that's when you hear this, it was, well, I don't know, bred into me, right? So can you see me walking into class with half a dashiki, half a natural, because I really have one, in a dashiki teaching high school kids. And they loved it. So, that's one of the things we fought for when we were at USF, was to have a Black history class, Black history courses, and Black teachers. We have that now. We have that now. We have courses and on Black history. We have instructors like yourself. You taught that class one year, didn't you? Yeah, you taught that class. And so you have added to that by saying, not only are you gonna get it in the books, and in a lecture program, we're gonna take you to the places that we're talking about. We're gonna take you down south, have you walk in. And see, I'm waxing poetic, because this is the way I feel about it.
Yeah.
In the steps of my ancestors.
Yeah.
That's something, I mean, and I didn't have that part, but I can imagine as a student, if I had a, y'all probably, I don't, look, when I came back, I might have, anyway, I was fired up enough. How many years has the Immersion tour been going on?
8.
8.
8. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It started year
Eight
one.
different one. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
How long are they gone?
Well, a couple. Well,
Yeah, go
there
ahead.
was COVID in the mix.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So there.
Yeah.
So it's been.
Yeah.
So maybe not total 8. Maybe we'll say 6 or 7. Because one definitely didn't happen, and then one was over the summer. So COVID messed up sometimes.
Okay.
But
Okay. Sure.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 But it started 8 years ago.
But it did
Yeah.
start 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Have you? How many times have you been on the tour?
Yeah. This is my. I just got back, and that's my 3rd time.
Your 3rd time.
Mm-hmm.
This was your
second time.
Your second time.
Went this year,
Okay.
last year.
So let's take the young people. We're going to hear from them. What is this impact for you? What does it do for you?
You want to hand those tissues over here?
Yeah, we got textiles, we got tissues, we got it all. Yeah, because see, yeah. What does it? What does it do for you?
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, that's
I think you hit the nail on the head a little bit earlier when you mentioned about being able to be taught it. So like for me, I grew up in Chicago. And so most of my educators, my teachers were all Black, and most of them went to historically Black colleges. So being taught that as a young person growing up was really valuable and meaningful for me. But I think to your point that you raised earlier, actually like going there and experiencing it, and we frame it in the way of being witnesses to history, I think is just so rewarding as an educator myself, being able to have a group of students to be able to take them through that journey and hear them reflecting and to also think when we talk about, we went to the Lorraine Motel and actually physically being there where MLK, and I remember I had to lead the reflection that night and I got emotional just even thinking like, this is where, he stood. And so I think being witnesses, but also physically being there and knowing that this is where our ancestors fought and this is where they marched and this is where they organized is invaluable. You can't really, I can't even put it into words. It's just really powerful to be able to do that and to do it with our young Black students is just amazing.
What about you, Dr. Sears?
Ooh. Every time I go, I guess you would think, okay, this is your 3rd time.
Right. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Each time
Yeah.
I'm incredibly moved. I learn more.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it deeper.
Yeah.
And then I also leave so inspired by the young people.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I think similar to what Lamont was saying, in the I'm trying to think about how to say it, but the bottom line is that it's like literally walking, literally standing in the ground, literally just putting your feet in those spaces where Emmett Till was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Emmett Till.
Mm.
Wow.
And just knowing
Wow.
he was here at this grocery store, like this is the moment.
Yeah.
Right. Or even we do this blues tour through Mississippi. And so hearing about the blues and seeing these cotton fields, seeing the old sharecropper shacks, and seeing how the people who still have money in Mississippi are the people who are the descendants of the people who enslaved others, right? And so how it's still entrenched and still kind of playing itself out.
Yeah.
And then it's the reflections. It's the reflections of these young people talking about, I connected with my past and I know what I need to do now. And I have to fight for my people. And you're like, yeah, well, done. Check. Let's go. That's it. So yeah.
I remember when I didn't go on tour per se, but I remember being in Birmingham for the first time and going to Kelly Park.
Yes.
The scene of the marchers and I'm there and it's just a park, right? But it's, I see Dr. King, I see the spirits, right? And it's like, man, our people have been through so much.
Yeah.
So much.
And then going over to the 16th Street Baptist Church where the 4 little girls were killed. Damn, man, our people, and still I rise. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. And you go there and you say, and still our rise. You know, they what did Chuck D say? If I throw a rapper in there, he said we just refuse to lose, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we shall overcome is probably a perfect song. You know, for all the stuff that we but you're right. It's like these are sacred spaces.
Absolutely.
That people take for granted, or you know, just I don't know. But there's it's like going to church.
Absolutely.
When you go there, and so well, I guess what makes not every school does this. In fact, do you know of any other school? I mean,
No,
maybe they do. One other school that actually takes one other school that does
and
a trip like this back to the sacred. I'm calling them sacred spaces.
Yeah. Only because I don't know. Do you remember Dominique Broussard?
Yeah, sure.
So,
she was part of the space staff.
So Dominique now is at UCSB.
At Santa Barbara.
In Santa Barbara. So she takes students on this exact same trip. So that's why I know there's one.
Wow.
And it's Dominique.
Okay.
Yeah. And she has a whole team there. Meredith, I can't remember Meredith's last name.
I can't remember, yeah.
But she has a whole team there, and in fact, we were able to overlap with them a little bit.
Oh, that's great.
In
Nice.
New Orleans. We were leaving and they were arriving. So I know one other group.
Yeah. It's wow. Good for her.
Yeah.
Tell her I said thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, because she took what we did here and did it. And I gotta say this, it's not I don't know if any HBCU does something like this. Now maybe it's because they're already down there, or I don't know, but you would think that, you know, anyway, I know our young people benefit from it, and I'm sure that anybody, I mean, they black or non-black, benefits from going to those historical and sacred places. It gets you in touch with the spirits. The spirits. I gotta ask you, what do you think about this current erasure? Pretend like it didn't happen. I'll see. I can't curse on the air, but like, you know, are you crazy? You can't do something like that. You just because you don't like that it happened. They have this thing now, and I don't know if you heard this. That there were benefits from. Have you heard of benefits from slavery? They're doing that in Florida. Florida got this thing. I don't know what Florida got against black folks. Well, no, anyway. So they don't really talk about. They talk about slaves learn skills. They don't talk about what the hell they got the hell beat out of them, right?
Wow.
And they do. Right. That's part of they're trying to make the textbooks say that, you know, that wasn't such a good thing. But you know, they learned blacksmith skill. I mean, that is sick.
It's sick because what we also know is that when folks were looking for who to enslave, they went to very particular groups and regions because those groups had skills. So if you needed a blacksmith, you actually went and looked for particular folks from particular regions in Africa that were bringing that skill with them. They were specifically sought out. I can't remember the group right now. Sorry, because I'm on the air. My brain is like,
they already knew how to do that stuff when you brought them over here.
But
Thank you.
Specifically, they knew how to cultivate rice. So they brought that folks from that particular tribe who knew how to cultivate rice here to the United States because they wanted to cultivate rice. So it's not just, you know.
Oh, they more diabolical than I thought they were.
We didn't come here empty slates waiting for people to give us skills. We came with skills. We came with talents. We came with, you know, ways of doing and being that actually allowed this country to prosper. So, you know, yeah. But I just to add, Dr.
I'm
Marshall.
glad you said that.
Yeah.
You know, because that people let them know. Not even remind them, just let them know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they're defining textbooks in Florida and Texas, where you are, lady, they were workers, they weren't slaves. I mean, the stuff they come up with, you must be, ain't nobody going for that.
Mm-mm.
No. So it's not gonna work. I mean, obviously the rollback of voter rights, the everything they're doing now. It's funny about this DEI mess, which is supposed to be on merit. Which let's do it on merit. You have so many black generals and they have dismissed and are not promoting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, and I just want to say this. So the counter then is to become more proactive about our history. The more proactive. If they were trying to get it to be 28 days, no, now it's going to be 365 days over and over and over and over. You to unleash something because you can't go backward and you can't erase the truth.
Yeah.
Can't erase the truth. And I think maybe even a greater thing is, my grandmother told me when I was 6 years old, the more you know, the more you owe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means as you grow in progress in life, you must help others to do likewise. So that's become my motto. That's become the organization's motto. But you won't feel like you're anything if you don't know it,
Right.
right? And I've heard people say, "Well, I got here by myself." No, you didn't get here by yourself. Let's get this. No. There are people who paved the way for you, literally died for you, sweat, blood, and tears for you. And you got to know that. You got to know that you didn't get here by yourself, right? You are the product of somebody else's vision and pain. And so taking them, one thing to read in a book, but taking them to that source. And they think, what would be the hardest place for me to visit? I'm going to say this. I haven't been one. I don't think I could. And these still stand. I couldn't go on a plantation.
Well, you're gonna have to come on the trip with us.
No.
You're gonna have to come on.
No. Look.
You're gonna have to come.
I could go to Ghana and the door of no return before I could go on to a plantation.
Well, we go to the Whitney plantation.
Oh, okay. Help me with that one.
And the reason we go to the Whitney is because they centered the lives of enslaved Black folk through that whole exhibit. So oftentimes when you go to a plantation, it kind of minimizes the horror, right?
Really?
Yeah, oftentimes in some of these plantations, it's like, this was plantation life, like Gone with the Wind type stuff, right? But the Whitney is like, no.
They show the real deal.
They show the real deal. They have gone through all the records to identify all the enslaved Black folks that were on that plantation and write their names.
Okay, hold on to that. All right. We're going to take 5 and we're going to come back with the young people from USF, the Marshall Riley Scholars, right? You went on the tour and they're going to tell us what it was like for them. So
right. There is so much more for us to learn from our guests tonight. So go ahead and visit us on YouTube Live at Stay Alive and Free. And you can always take us on the go when you visit stayaliveandfree.org.
Our number two, Alive and Free. Street Soldiers Radio, keeping you alive and free. That's what we do. Wonderful first hour with our guests from the base program. And we learned all about it. The success of 8 years. Talked about the first person to become a member of base. Obviously, talked about the creator, Dr. Candace Harrison. And then talked about the Immersion tour, which has been going on for 8 years. And this year's group just got back. Well, maybe not just got back. I don't know. A little while ago, been a little while, maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah,
a month.
Yeah.
And they are joining us, and we want to find out what the experience was like for them. So we will take one at a time, and she already know why I'm laughing. One at a time, and she already got a hand up.
I know.
We want to learn who you are, where you're from. Follow my lead.
Amazing.
young people. Okay. Remember, I'm the host. Y'all ain't the host. Okay. Okay. So let's start with I see your name, Tanea. Tanaya, is it Tanea or Tanaya?
Tayana.
Tayana. Oh, I like that accent a little bit better. All right, okay. All right. Talk about okay. And then we have Winton Cook, is that right? Did I say that right? All right. Winton. We have is it Naeem? Naeem? Okay. You know, black folks be spelling names. Okay. Naeem. How you say your last name?
Iela?
How you say your last name, Naeem?
Elela.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Devin Reed. Wave your hand, Devin.
Hi, Devin.
Even wave your hand or let me know you hear me. Devin.
Oh,
He's too busy messing with his hair. What you got here? Caleb Cook. Hello, Caleb. And last but not least, Amaya
Amaya Makel.
Hello, hello, Maya. How are you?
I'm always doing wonderful. Excited to be back talking to you. I know you enjoy my presence as much as I enjoy yours.
Hold on, baby.
Love it.
Miss Personality. All right. Ayana, why don't you just start by let everybody is a quick introduction. Where you're from. Just give us a little bit of demographics on you, and then we'll jump into it. So now you are first.
Perfect. I'm Tayana. I'm coming to USF from Boise, Idaho. But I grew up in the Bay though, so still Bay Area. I am a first-year biology major with a triple minor in health studies, African American studies, and biochemistry.
Okay. All right. Winton?
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Awesome. My name is Winston. I'm a first year politics major. I'm also a university ambassador, and then I also have my own DJ station at KUSF. I'm coming from San Diego, California.
You got your own. You got. Oh, good. Okay, you might want to come in here sometime. All right, now there you go. All right, Naeem.
Hello, I'm Naeem Elela, first year data science student, coming from Aurora, Colorado.
All right, and Devin.
Tell us about yourself, Devin.
Devin.
Oh, sorry, my audio's messed up. My name's Devin Reed. I'm from Palos Verdes, California. And I'm currently recently declared psych major with a minor in public service and community engagement.
Okay. Nice. All right. Caleb.
Hi, my name is Caleb. I'm a first year neuroscience major, and I'm coming all the way from Mobile, Alabama.
All right. And Amaya.
Hi, I'm Amaya Makel, first year politics major, but a minor in investment and accounting. Additionally, I'm currently a voting member of advocacy committee here and marketing committee here. So pretty exciting. And I'm from Maryland. Sorry.
Oh,
Maryland. Maryland. Sorry.
Maryland.
Accent.
Okay.
Maryland.
Oh, that's right. Maryland. You didn't say the city.
No, I love it. You're from all over.
What city?
I'm from really all over Maryland. I didn't live in Prince George's County. I've been in Charles County. I've had some time in DC. I graduated high school in DC as well.
Okay. All right. So what do I want to say? I don't want to.
I just love that they're from all over.
Yes.
It's just it just shows the excellence is all over
American diaspora here, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, all at USF. So what's it been before you get to the trip? What's it been like so far? What's your experience? Tayana, what's Tayana? Tayana. Okay, what's your experience been like so far?
My experience with USF specifically, or just like in general?
Yeah, USF. We'll get to the tour, but what's it been like?
Of course, yeah. My experience with USF has been amazing. We're all in the Marshall Riley Living Learning Community, so I think that going into college, I was really nervous about finding my place in and I guess like during university. And so being in the LLC has allowed me to create connections that I feel like I otherwise wouldn't have been able to make as deeply in such a short amount of time. I also didn't grow up with very much Black cultural influence in my home. And so I found it really enriching and important to have such an intentional space where we celebrate Blackness and learn about Blackness intentionally. I think our classes have been so important. And honestly, it touches on material in very honest ways that I think that we wouldn't get at any other institution. And so my experience has been amazing. I always say that being part of the LLC and going through all of our classes has been one of the best decisions I've ever made here at USF.
Y'all hear that?
I know.
No, if you don't feel it. No, but now you don't have to. You can tell the truth now. It's okay. It's okay. You're not gonna take the money away. Okay. Thank you. Winton, your experience so far.
My experience at USF so far has been actually really great. I feel like in high school I didn't do that well academically, but coming here, like especially like first semester, I was really on my A game and getting my stuff done. And I kind of feel like I'm still continuing that motion throughout my second semester now. Made the dean's list, which is surprising. All my family was very excited about that. And I didn't see myself doing something like that maybe just like a year ago. So I'm really grateful to have this experience and probably and be in a space to where I feel supported academically as well as socially, because in the Marshall Riley community, that's really what I feel. Because I similar to Tayana, I feel like socially I didn't have that many black friends and stuff like that. I always had black people at home and like with my family and at family events, but I feel like having a social experience with blackness is much different than just being around your family a lot of the times because you don't pick up the same things. So realistically, I think my experience overall has just been great.
Thank you. Thank you. Naeem.
Yeah, my experience, I think Winston and Tayana put it perfectly when it comes to like the MRLC, giving me a space to support and grow my network. But I think in general, just like as a college experience, I was really looking to just interact with people who are also passionate about what they're passionate about. And coming to college, I have found those people through the base program, through the MRLC. And I've been enjoying that so far. I think that has kind of sprouted a lot of the creation or like the creativity that I've have garnered throughout the semester. And so I'm excited for what's to come, and I'm glad with the first two semesters that I've had the chance to live at this live in this community and be at USF. So yeah.
Thank you. Ann.
Yes.
They're all way smarter than I was when I was there. I mean, look,
I love it.
Look.
And Naeem will be the resident advisor on the floor next year, so he'll be living in the community for 2 more semesters.
Just way smarter. Okay, Devin.
I think my experience has been great. I feel like these first semesters I've been really finding my footing and deciding what I really want to do with my life. And yeah, I feel like it's been great. Like I love to be surrounded by Black community. Where I grew up is not it's very white. I used to go into the city to find some Black people. You kind of got to search for them, but here they're right where I live, and we eat, sleep, and go to class together. So I really love it. I love being surrounded by all this Blackness, all this joy, and all this community. So yeah.
Thank you. Caleb.
Yes, the experience at USF have been very awakening to me. For me, being from the South, I always wanted a great community around Black people. I grew around Black people, so I just wanted to come out here and find the community. And Marshall Riley has taught me a lot more than just being in the South about community. It taught me about it's community anywhere you go, as long as you with your people.
Thank you. Amaya.
Hello. So my time at USF has been very interesting. And also very impactful at the same time. I was able to really get immersed in the community, the Black community, working in the field more, starting fall semester, really starting to build a relationship with community owners, giving back to the community, but also getting involved on campus, not just doing the Marshall Riley and everything, but doing other school clubs and organizations. So I'm really proud of myself, and I'm really excited to see what things are ahead of me.
It's thank you. It's obviously warms my heart to hear that. When I got to USF, it was just me and the basketball team, and my fellow students. And I did not walk into. And look, first of all, we had to search and find each other. right? We did. We literally had, find each other. And when we did, we clung to each other like, like what, bees on a honeycomb. Is that what, I mean, we were like, we were so happy to see each other. We all sat together in the cafeteria, but, I mean, look, and, there are things that we faced at the university. And you remember, this is back then. Yeah. This is the revolutionary 60s. You know what's going on. Yeah. And we had to put things in motion to be able to make. And I described it. We wanted to feel welcome, and we wanted to make the place our home. And it took that was really our effort. In the few years that I was there, my colleagues were there, and fortunately, we were able to look at what was going on at other universities, and so hearing this is exactly what we wanted. And the other thing is that you guys, I think, heard my story. I went to a white high school, Jesuit, great education. But they don't know nothing about black folks. I didn't hear nothing about, certainly nothing about history, nothing about culture. And when I got to USF, still did not get that. So to be able to put things in place, being part of putting things in place through base, through the living learning community, and then have experiences is just wonderful. Because I would say, if you're gonna spend 4 or 5 years at a place, get as much out of it as you can. That's good for you. So that's wonderful to hear that it's starting out that way, and I'm praying that it stays that way. For the next. Yeah, they probably gonna graduate right on time. I didn't graduate right on time.
Yeah, graduate on time.
Graduate on time. Graduate on time.
I want to follow your lead, Dr. Marshall, but can I ask you a question?
Yes.
How does it feel to have a Black live and learning community at USF named after you?
It's an out of body experience to have because in my, maybe, who we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many we
6.
got here?
Yep.
Okay. If they're nice to me the rest of this show, Amaya, you hear that? If they're nice to me the rest of the show, I'm gonna get them a copy of the book.
Love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a copy of my book.
Yeah.
And in the book, the first chapter is called Black Man 101. And it details my experiences when I was a student at USF. But I always say that if people that know me, my experience at USF is like Muhammad Ali's with America. I was pretty much. You'll find out in the book. They actually tried to expel me from school at USF because I was the campus revolutionary radical or whatever. So for years, they didn't want me. I was persona non grata. And then so I ended up, the last thing I thought was be able to, like Muhammad, make peace and become an American hero. The last thing I thought I would have anything at USF named after me. But ended up on the board of trustees, ending up, with a whole lot of, and it's an amazing story. But what I realized was that this is what I wanted to see, and I was ahead of the times, and USF had to catch up with me and Adrian and the rest of us. So when I say that, I'll be like, damn, they named some of USF after me. You gotta be kidding. And the fact that it's young people, not a building, but the Marshall Riley Scholars, and it's amazing. So that's how I feel.
Oh, awesome! Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Good question.
Okay.
Now I'll follow your lead.
I'm smiling. No, it's cool, but I'm smiling because this is exactly, what I want to see.
I will pass the tissues over there to you now.
Right here.
No, yeah.
Well, it makes me think what you always say, Dr. Marshall, is the most important omega is the next omega.
Exactly.
And that's
that's
what they represent.
Right. And we've had 8 years. We want to keep establish his legacy.
Yeah.
And you're part of that. You're part of the legacy of base.
Yeah.
And it's just, just great. All right, now let's talk about this immersion tour. Let's get into that.
Oh, I know.
Something I did not have when I was there. Because I had to go to Marcus bookstore and get the books to read because I didn't have any teachers.
Yeah.
But then certainly not this experience. So let's talk about just the tour, what you expect and what you got out of it. And go ahead, Tiana, you are first because you're the first one on my screen.
Okay, cool. I think I first expected it to be really busy and I was kind of ready to do the intellectualizing, but I don't think that I was prepared for the amount of connection that we built on this trip. I think that when I thought of this trip, I kind of thought of it as an extension of our course where I'd be, on a school trip where we keep it professional. It doesn't look like us in the hall, and we're between classes. But I think that apart from being able to intellectualize what we're seeing, I felt so immersed in the community, even more immersed than, waking up every single day and watching everyone get ready for class and saying hey and saying bye to each other. It really was a thoughtful experience that allowed me to connect with my community. And I think that it opened the door to vulnerability in our community. I think that a lot of what we experience with being Black in the United States is that it's really difficult and almost frowned upon to be vulnerable about your Blackness and what you face, especially like with the projections of Blackness. And so when we were going through such impactful museums and seeing people tell these stories so authentically, it really was emotional. I think that the emotional aspect of the trip was something that I didn't expect, that I got out of it, that was really valuable.
So yeah, in fact, we're gonna go around 2 or 3 times, so you don't have to get it all. I'm gonna tell everybody you have to get it all in right now. So this is sort of your opening take on what you expect, and then your feelings about it now, and we can go into more depths as we go the second time around. Winton.
Okay, hello. So, I feel like going into it, so Dr. Sears likes to do this thing where she tells us to ground ourselves. And I'm like, I had this mentality of like, oh, they're trying to make us go on this trip and feel all these different emotions and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. But like when I got there and we went to these locations like the Whitney Plantation and Legacy Museum, like I felt that I really had to ground myself because it wasn't just like people are trying to make me feel these emotions. Like I'm actually feeling these emotions about this stuff that happened to people in our history and our ancestors. You know what I'm saying? So it's only a few generations away. And then looking at a lot of this stuff that I'm seeing, like I'm seeing like, oh, I'm seeing my family in this. I'm seeing the people who I'm around in this. So, it ended up really getting to me at much more than I expected.
Thank you. Thank you. Naeem.
I think a lot of what I expected was a lot of what I got. I think in terms of what I expected it to be like a very intentionally critical, and to people have emotions about the things that we were seeing because a lot of the places that we did visit, I have been to in the past. So I was ready to revisit it as like a college student now with all the information I have now, seeing how I might view it differently, how I might reflect differently, how it might influence what I'm doing differently. Um, but yeah, now that we're done with it, a lot of my thoughts are kind of, I would say, radicalized in the nature. Like they've kind of expounded on things that I've already been thinking, or maybe have been underlying, and now they've shown their true light. And now I'm ready to get into. Now they're in full form and actually being I guess like sprouting from the ground into the actual action that I can take now. So
Thank you. Devin.
Devin, I asked to unmute too.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Um, my original expectation was honestly, I didn't really have one, but I was hearing from other students who had previously gone on a trip about their experiences, and I kind of just wanted to go in with my own singular mindset. I wanted to have my own experience. Um, and I did. I really feel like similar to Naeem, I feel radicalized. I feel like it really connected a lot of things that I was already perceiving and feeling, and being there and having the resources that were given to us previously, like the grounding exercises. We had, I believe, a psychiatrist come in or something, and things like that. I feel like those resources really helped us be present. I feel like with the reflections, they were truly intentional to keep us on track and make sure we know what we're experiencing. This is real and this is for us, and we are like, this is us, like we are the personification of the perseverance of our ancestors. So that's really what I got out of it towards the end. But I truly loved the experience. So yeah.
Thank you, Devin. Caleb.
If going into the trip, I tried not to to expect anything going along with the trip because I'm from the South, so I was just trying to be more open minded and get more personal connections with the community I live on. But I can say the biggest thing I have learned from the trip was it lit a fire in me to have a passion to do better and to do more for community, for people, for my ancestors to show everything that they had did for the path to get me to the places that I am today.
Thank you. Amaya?
Okay, so before I went on the trip, I didn't really have high expectation on it. I just thought that, okay, we was going to go to museums, eat, sleep, museums, eat, sleep, in museums. However, after the trip, I was just like, oh, they didn't shock me. I got to give USF their props. They was the underdog and the underdog won. I'm not easily amazed, and I was amazed. But as a young activist, I've been an activist since the fourth grade. I always have a strong suit within my Black community and within my Black identity as well. Going to but it was always through the sense of being a Black woman in the DMV. So once I left the DMV and I got to experience different Black communities, but also really down south, and it kind of just wanted me to continue my drive and contributing to our Black community, but also the ones who are down south that people don't really think of. We focus on what is Black excellence and what does that mean, what does that look like, and I feel like sometimes we so get caught up with the aesthetic of Black excellence and stuff like that. We don't really see the struggles that went into it and the struggles that are still alive today. Into that. And to me, I feel like I kind of redefine what Black excellence is. And as I walk every day, I want to contribute that. I was able to network with a lot of Black folks down south that we got to meet. I really love that we got to actually get involved with the community because I'm such a community-oriented person. So when we got to speak for those, hear their actual family stories and stuff like that, and the fact that I was able to network and connect with them, even now get their emails and numbers, it was truly amazing. And it's just something that I always been want to do. So I was blessed and happy that I was able to find that spark that I always been, but want to show that spark down south as well.
I don't know about, does anybody, I'm curious, has any of you, and my family got into this for another reason, trace your family tree?
Mm-hmm.
And I know when I started doing that, my grandmother was born in Mississippi, right? And then, you want to know where her as much as you can get. And I always tell people, have conversations with your greats.
Yes.
Your mom, your great, if you got your great, have that and pass it on. Because that conversation with my grandmother when she talked about, my grandmother was born in 1907.
Wow.
Okay. And she talked about the Klan running through her, and all of that. I'm saying, oh, man, then I realized it's just the time that I was born in that wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was I could have, literally, and I get a lot of folks who say, well, that's in the past or that's not happening now. I'm saying it ain't happening to you. Well, that's just because I'm born now. It was intended to happen to me, right? And so that just resonated with me, and I was late to the Black History, and it was the autobiography of Malcolm X.
Mm-hmm.
But I read a book, and I don't know, I'm sure you're familiar, called Before the Mayflower.
Yes.
By Lerone Bennett. And I don't know if they publish that book anymore, but reading that book, and it went back to the beginning. And so the scope of what? And when you go on these trips, to me, you're learning the scope
yes.
of what? And I read about names you never hear. I mean, I never heard of Martin Delaney, and I never heard of Henry Highland Garnett. You know, I'm like, man, they went, and I think I'm going through it. No, they went through
They
it.
went through it.
Yeah. And so, that you guys make me think of my own journey, and I was just wondering as we're talking about your journey and your discovery, and you maybe you find out something about your own family. Uh, let's go this way, and you can throw anything in now as we're doing this. Uh, uh, a, a place, a particular place or a visit or that really resonated with you, Tayana?
Okay, let's see. I hate to take the most common answer, but I'm gonna have to. The Equal Justice Institute. That I think was by far the most impactful experience that I've ever had. We went through the Legacy Museum, which details from enslavement to mass incarceration. And first of all, the way in which the dehumanization was conducted so intentionally hit me. When you first walk through, it's extremely immersive. You see the waves and you walk through kind of like that sandy area with the heads of our ancestors. It was impactful and emotional. And then you read the history and you can't help but feel a little bit overwhelmed. Everything is heavy as you walk through the EJI. But you also can't help but think, wow, everything was done with purpose. And to speak to kind of what Naeem was saying, as far as like feeling radicalized, I remember having a conversation with everyone and saying that, like, if I had seen this when I was younger and maybe more closed off to a nuanced perspective, I think that this genuinely would have made me want to go to an HBCU. I would have looked at my white peers in a completely different way than I do now. And I think that the EJI really opened my eyes to the hidden histories. I think that when we go through and learn about US history and African American history in school, it's so watered down. And it can't be stated enough how watered down it is. The EJI lays it all out for you so intentionally and intimately. And honestly, like being brought to tears in the EJI was impactful for me. And then when you kind of talk about how we see our families seeing or going through the sculpture park and seeing that full wall of all of our family names. And I looked up my last name and sure enough, it was there, and getting to pinpoint the exact place. It really like also made me consider this history is not far removed from me. This history, like we're still living through it. And so definitely the EJI, and I think the EJI also sparked our little book club that we started on the trip. So I would add that in as like my secondary favorite part.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Winton.
Okay, I'm gonna have to agree with Tayana. Like the EJI, and especially the last part, one of the last parts where we were able to like look up our last name in different like counties in the United States, and look up a lot of there was like this tablet, like the screen thing, and you could tap different states and it showed different information off of it. So there was like one that had the most like registered lynchings in different states and like California, a lot of people say like California, it's not racist, liberal, blah blah blah. But like there are spaces in California where like these bad things definitely happened, and while it kind of was starting to fizzle out at that time, it was still happening. And I was looking at like San Diego, San Diego, and only like one other county in Southern California had registered lynchings, and San Diego's where I'm from. And I feel like a lot of the times like you can kind of feel racial tension, and I kind of feel a lot of that tension in San Diego. So that kind of really resonated with me because I'm like, the evidence is right there, like it shows that people have like this kind of negative association with Black people in these spaces. So, and like another one was going through the whole like family line thing. So like looking on the wall, seeing your last name on there, and then also the tablets again with searching your last name to see the amount of slaves that were in a county with your last name. So it was like those specific things really resonated with me over the whole trip.
Thank you. Naeem.
Yeah, the EJI was great. But some a place that took me by surprise was actually the Birmingham jail. When we were going or when we were had our activity on the letter from Birmingham, um, um, Dr. Sears made us read excerpts from the letter itself. And I was one of the people who read an excerpt. And for some reason, I think like just like during while I was reading. It just like came over me. Like I felt the emotion of the words like from the excerpt, kind of like almost entered me in a way. And it was really invigorating. It was really like it was just like sentimental for me. And it kind of just a lot of things surrounding the talk about just like the letter itself and how it was constructed, pointed out or highlighted a lot of just like the effort that went into the civil rights movement as a whole, like the amount of people it took, the amount of strategy it took and how much effort people put into it and how many roles people took on. I was talking to this, or I was talking about it with Justin Boyle, RA, about just how many roles like people had to take on. Like people, MLK wasn't just a reverend, he wasn't just a leader. He took on any hat that anybody asked of him, and that's why he was so great. But that's not just him. Like there are countless other individuals that we saw in the EJI in the reflection room and in the reflection room when you looked all over, everybody in that room took on multiple hats to make this possible, to make this happen. So that kind of stuck with me. Just thinking about what what there is no limit to what I can do. There is no limit to my creativity, no limit to my potential when it comes to making things happen, just as our ancestors have done. So that was really powerful for me.
Thank you. And I'm going to end the risk they took for freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Risk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could be gone.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of admiration.
Mm-hmm.
Devin.
The space that really stuck out to me was just Montgomery in general. I feel like the idea of proximity really stuck out to me. How we were in that center with the city center, which used to be the slave hub, and then there was also the space where the J. Marion Sims, the what's it called, the whatever of gynecology, who tested on those black women. His office was right down the road, and then there was the Dexter Avenue Memorial, the King Church that was right there, and then there was the City Hall. Montgomery City Hall was like steps away from it, and it was just the layers of everything and the connection. And then the EJI Museum is like a walking distance away. It was just the path of all of those sites connecting and the layering of it all and the idea of proximity really stuck out to me. Like Montgomery, I've never been south before, and I've watched the Selma movie. I mean, like I've watched certain things, I've watched movies, but it only does so much. Being there and having the history be tangible is exhilarating. It's radicalizing. It's insane. I don't even know how to really put it into full words, but it's just the idea of that all being there and the layers of it all is just something that it takes a while for your head to wrap around. And being the future of that, being born this far ahead in the timeline is just, and then looking back on that is just such a mind warp. So yeah.
Thank you. Caleb?
Yes, one of the sites that really stuck to me would be the Emmett Till Memorial. And the reason that it stuck with me the most would be because he was just such a young kid and make me think about like me growing up on cattle farm and stuff like me being at such a young age and not being too far from the front downtown. It made me just realize like how quick something just could turn bad so quick just because the color of your skin or just the way that you look. And it just really, like I was saying earlier, like the fire that it put like beneath me to like grow and do better stuff, it just keep on like fighting in me and making me understand everything that's going on in the world. Made me do my research on more stuff than what I have before.
Emmett Till.
Mm-hmm.
That wow. Much love to his mom for exposing that atrocity to the world, letting the world know about what happened to her son. Amaya?
Right. So mine actually was African Town and my dog, Mr. Hoover. Like, I was sitting next to that man. We were just chatting up. I love that man real bad. But growing up in the DMV, I was around like a lot of like black. I was educated by a lot of HBCU graduates, and I went to a lot of African American museums and stuff. So I was really touched by it. But I love that in our journey, we was able to make connections between the present and the past. And I think that while talking to Mr. Hoover and how he talked about his education experience, I'm really big on education, and I'm a very advocate for education as well, especially in the Black community. And hearing his story, how he was living as a sharecropper, his parents was, and how he didn't get a chance to really get a really good education, and how I was able to make that connection onto how a lot of things are being current. I don't believe that we're too far from it. I believe we're still living in it. They just renamed it, you know. And I was able to make that connection also with African Town, you know, the development of those communities and stuff like that, how they still are reaping the repercussions just because our ancestors fought for rights and stuff like that, and they still being in a way punished. And I think a lot of people don't see it as that, but I was starting to see it as that, and I think it really kind of like touched me and like really just put things in perspective that I always had, but more so just feel the fire. Also, growing up, I was blessed. I got some old people in my family, some real old people in my family. And one thing we gonna do, we gonna talk. So growing up, my great grandfather, he was born in the 1920s, and me and him would just talk. And that's what it felt like when I was talking to Mr. Hoover. He reminded me so of my granddad. We call him granddad. He really my great grandfather. We all call him granddad. And you know, just seeing him and talking to him, it really brought me back to like my emotional connection I had with my granddad and everything, but also how it's not that far away. And I think just because I grew up having those family members who talked to me, but also being in the DMV and then also being in California as well, then making that transition to down south, how that really instored in me. We still got a lot of work to do, but also it made me feel empowered at the same time. So I really love African Town. And then down in Mississippi, Mr. Hoover Legend Blues Tours, I believe is what it's called.
You know, I think, and let me just say, I think what's so valuable when they do this are the guides.
Absolutely.
The guides. Because you know how we show movies, and Lady E will point to this. We
Yeah.
show movies at the club. And the young people will say, well, I saw that movie, but I didn't see all of that. Right?
Yeah.
Or, you know, you go to the museum and it's a little trip, you know. But when we show up, we're showing it with a lens. We're showing with a lens. And when we start pointing, why? Yeah, I didn't see that the first time, you know, because now the guides and what you're doing is you're showing it as history. I mean, real history, and how the history is you and them and you and them, and you know. So I think, you know, when I know when you said it, I've been to. I just seen it when we do this. I saw that before, but now I'm seeing it. So that's you do a great job of that. And who are some of the guys when you got to hear us do the people that you meet on the tour? Can you think of just a couple?
Yeah, well, we want to shout out Miss Augustine.
Miss Augustine, yes.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
And in Nolans, and then we have Major
Womack.
Thank you, Major Womack, because I was
Yeah.
like Major Hoover,
Yeah.
Major Howard. No, we had Major Womack in Africa Town, and we've been meeting with him since the beginning.
Wow.
And then we had Mr. Hoover, Mr. and Mrs. Hoover, and we've been meeting with them since the beginning. And then we have various others, but those are like those are the three standouts. Am I right? Is that about right? Yeah.
And their dedication.
Their dedication.
Their dedication.
Their dedication
to preserving the truth.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And sharing.
And sharing.
Yeah, and absolutely.
Sharing.
Absolutely.
Right.
Wow, this is something else on my mind. I just
It's just incredible. You know, the impact, just bringing young people together, and then I don't know, they're just inspired to learn and encouraged, and there's this new, like, I don't know.
And listen, we got to say this. All of this stuff that happened to us was solely because we were Black.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the only reason. Yeah. That's the only reason it was codified in law book called The Color of Law, which is a great book.
Yeah.
Just because what 1/16 black blood? I mean, yeah, come up with all these concoctions, right, to justify using the Bible. You know, I'm thinking of all the stuff we're going through with the Pope and the Bible. Yeah, just do this in a so-called Christian society. Don't get me going. See, I'm like, so and yes, and then to act like it was, no, this is serious stuff, which goes on to this day.
Yes.
Right, Lady E, you want to say something before I go ahead?
How delightful it is to listen to you and to hear you share your experiences. I've got to say, one of the many things that stood out to me is on your journey, your ability to be present and in the moment, to not just see it, not just hear, but to feel it, to internalize your journey, your experience, the process on more than one level. And then to hear you so intellectually articulated with feelings and emotion. And I have to say, I am in Texas. And so here it is 11:42 around. And so when Amaya said, my dog, Mr. Hoover, now, wait, I thought, now you know it's late. Did she take her dog on the trip? No, she didn't. So it took me a minute to pull that together because I'm pretty literal. So when I figured out that it wasn't your dog, it was that relationship that happened while you were on the trip. How wonderful that you were able to open yourselves up to develop relationships quickly and to let that information come in. For those of you, the way you're able to see for the South, to be in the South and then to look at it with a different lens, to never have been to the South, yet see it and experience it in a different way. When for Winton, so you had an experience that you didn't have words for. Now that's called spirit. When you got old people, hallelujah for old people. I am one. It took me a minute to get to be one. Okay, maybe 2 minutes. But when you have old people that can tell the stories and you more than hear them, and you realize something about this that's really true, to be in the place and then allow the place to be in you, and then let it touch you and change you, transform you, empower as well as inspire, encourage. Say, let me get myself together because
Yeah.
I can. And yes, we can. And how you come into a whole different attitude about, I see this and we can do this. This is something we can make things happen. Oh my goodness. And so for you to share in the way that I was able to get that from you, this is pretty wonderful. And so congratulations on your learning, your ability to not just listen, but see it, feel it, learn it, and then do something with it. That is indeed a blessing. And for those of you, the grown folks that's working with these young people, hey, now that's doing some serious work. When you can open their eyes and help them see in a way that they hadn't and couldn't see before. What a blessing. So thank you for sharing, and thank you for allowing yourself to listen, learn, and experience. We never get to know it all.
Mm.
Remember that.
Mm.
And always be open to grow more, to see more, to do more. Be ready. Be ready. What a gift and a blessing you are to the university, and allow it to be a blessing to you. You ain't got to fight. You just got to know. And in that knowing, you can relax while you're working. So congratulations. That's all. I think that's all I've got to say. I'm glad to know Mr. Hoover. All right. As you know, we name our pets can come with some different names now. Oh, that's all I've got.
I also wanted to share that Adrienne Riley is tuning in on YouTube Live right now, and she is so impressed with your comments regarding your impressions from the immersion trip. And she says it's a testimony of how important this experience is. She is so proud of all of the base students and the staff. So much love. Thank you, Adrienne.
Thank you.
I'm gonna
Love you, Adrienne.
Aw.
that's my sis. Yeah. I want to give you an extreme example of what happens when we don't know, we don't connect properly. And I said that there are more black students at USF, 13%, than there are in the city of San Francisco. One of the reasons that happened is that, how can I say this? Part of the loss in population was that at one time there were a lot of homeowners, obviously, in San Francisco, and maybe maybe the worst thing since slavery that hit us was the cold crack cocaine epidemic, right? But there were people who, parents and grandparents, who turned their homes over to their sons and their daughters. And their sons and daughters, because of they didn't have the consciousness, I'll use the word consciousness, and they got caught up in the dope game and the crack game, they lost those homes. Those homes became a crack house. And then, they either they lost the home or they had to move, they had to get out the city. But had they had the consciousness, that would never happen. And you can't move back to San Francisco now. So what on the inside directly affects not just us as a people, but your own family. You get this right, the legacy. Kwanzaa is such a great thing because it's the harvest of the young people, right? You get this right, you promote your family's legacy. We're talking about again generational wealth. That was generational wealth. That will not happen. And so for you to get in touch with all of that, it does so much for you, your parents, the children that you're gonna have. It does so much for us as a community because it's almost a ghost town in the city for a number of reasons. But that was part. They fell into that trap.
Yeah.
And there's traps out there. It's a place has always been a trap for black folks, and part of it is spotting the traps. But what can make it harder for you is knowing what you know. You knowing what you know. There are certain things. There's this what's this rapper Richie Rich I use a lot. He made this record said that's what I ain't gonna do. There's certain things I ain't doing. If it's gonna mess with my people, I'm not doing it. Right. I'm not doing it. But it's because I'm immersed in them, and I know the struggle that they have come through. And for you to learn that is insurance against all of that. It's insurance against all of that because they look they are actively right now trying to see how strong you are, if you can handle that. There's no doubt about it. That's just part. That's the way America's been. It's been that way since day one. So this is armor for you. This is armor for you to move forward and establish the kind of legacy that you want to establish, not just for you, but your family, and of course, we're not related, but we're all family.
Yes.
And connect this family that has been persecuted solely because of black folks.
Yeah.
Solely because of black folks. So thank you.
Yeah.
thank you so much. And I'm sure you're gonna get the more you know, the more you owe. Um, I got a, I got a couple. Anybody see the movie Sinners? I'm curious. Did that movie's so deep? I can't
It's
like.
very deep.
So I'm gonna do a whole show on the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But would any of y'all want to have be part of this discussion on Sinners when it comes on? Seriously, really? Seriously, because I'm gonna do it. You
Yeah.
know, that movie got more Academy Award nominations than any film. So now that I was scared to watch the movie, I don't want to tell you, I was scared. I was scared. I was scared. I couldn't see it in the theater. I had to wait and watch. I don't like vampires, but then when I saw it, it was. But that
Yeah.
movie's deep.
Oh.
So all right, number one, we're gonna do that. Okay, is okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to be speaking at the Commonwealth Club.
Okay.
Yes. It's going to be. I think they may not be around June.
Okay.
Or July maybe because America 250th.
Yes.
Is a big. Trump is building this arch.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, the subject is going to be what kind of America do you want to see moving into the future? And I'm going to be on a panel with a couple of other people. But if they would like to be I'll get them there.
Oh,
I'll get them there. Anybody?
We'll have to see who's here for the summer.
We'll see who's here for the summer, and you can be part of that too. And I'll probably at least have an after thing on because that's a big deal.
It's a very big deal.
Yeah. We've been here 250 years. We tried this thing out. Okay, how's it work?
Yeah.
Now it may work for you, but it ain't. So all this stuff you get, so do that. So thank you. I will be back in touch with all you, and I will get obviously a copy of the book. Any last words on each of you want to say for the night? This has been just all right.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Maya.
So one last verse is I want to give props to all the professors and those individuals who made the whole immersion trip better. Because like you said, it's really the host. But our professors, they was the host when it wasn't no host, So I think that since we have professors that really value the reflection times, it allows students to really dig within and really critical think about what they witness, but also how it relies with them on a personal level, spiritual level. So, I just want to, during this time, give a shout out to our professors and everyone who's a part of making this trip possible. Additionally, they put your link in the chat. Don't be Beyonce and act like you can't connect with us back, Mr. Marshall. That's what I really had to say. But I hope everyone have a blessed day. Thank you so much. I can't wait to be back in the future. Maybe we can talk about whatever topic we want to talk about. I hope this is a start for us to build a wonderful connection.
You told me that the first night we Fine. Now let me just say to all of you, let me give you that word. This show is going to be seen around the world. I just want you to know that. So
that's good because I look so cute. That's real good. Thank you for telling me.
You all do.
It was the content I was thinking of. Well, look, let me move on to see if anybody else has any last things they want to say. All right, who's next? Caleb, go ahead, Caleb. Go ahead, Caleb.
Yes, I just want to thank my community members, all the Marshall Riley, this cohort. I just want to say the love and passion that we have put into each other, even though we fight sometimes and get into arguments, and we always grow. We love each other, and I just want to say I really appreciate y'all, every single one of y'all.
That's nice. That's nice. That's that's beautiful. Tayana.
Yeah, I also want to say thank you, Dr. Marshall, for inviting us here to talk about it. I think that we all shared the same consensus at the end was that one of our responsibilities was to share our experience on the immersion trip and to tell people about it and to really share our experience in any way that we can. So this was another way that we can do that. So we absolutely appreciate being able to talk about it and for your invitation.
You are welcome. Winton?
Hello. Yes, I do want to thank you, but I also really do want to thank a lot of the people who were there for emotional support on the trip, specifically like Ashley, LaSharine, Lamont, and Justin. They did a very good job at I think keeping the overall peace, because at times when we were, really down after just leaving a museum or something like that, they were there to lift spirits, stuff like that. Like at times at the Legacy Museum, like when I broke down, Ashley was there for me, you know. So just having those people in your like close proximity was very helpful throughout the whole trip.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. They realize we are all family.
Yeah.
Who hasn't
Naeem.
who hadn't said who was it?
Naeem.
Naeem. Any last thoughts?
Yeah, I just also want to thank everybody. I want to thank all the staff and faculty for making this possible, as well as you, Dr. Marshall, and Ms. Riley for putting it on for us. And then my community members for actually being passionate about what we're getting into, being critical with everything they do, and actually, like previously mentioned, being or like feeling the emotions and not just hearing them or seeing it, actually feeling it and taking action upon that. And then a message with that is don't get complacent with it. Like Tayana was saying, we established some acts that we want to take, and part of that was sharing our experience. But don't just stop there. Don't be complacent with our actions. Let's make it into actual change, actual progression for our community, and don't stop at just sharing the word. Put it into action.
Thank you. And Devin, I think you.
Just like everybody else, I would just like to thank everyone, La Shireen, Dr. Poole, Lamont, Dr. Sears, Ashley, Justin, everybody that helped us on the trip. They really was the glue that kept us together. That was like, even when we were sick, I was real sick at the end. It was just, oh, it was rough, but they really pulled through, and everyone really pulled through and was so sweet and kind. And I would also like to thank you so much, Dr. Marshall. This community is the reason why I'm here at school. And I know you've lifted up so many people. My favorite professor, you know him, Dr. Reginald Daniels.
Yeah.
He actually just dropped his book, Prevail, by on Amazon right now. So
That's right.
yes, tap in. So I would just also like to plug
I'm gonna have
him.
him on the show, so I'll let you
Oh
know.
yeah, he's the king. So yeah, and I just love that this community is so smart and so ready to be there. And like Naeem said, we're not going to be complacent. We will push through, and we will actually have substance with this and do something with this, not just share our experience. We're going to do more, and I just can't wait to see what everybody does with it. So thank you.
You are all welcome. And Lady E, you want to say something?
No, he's just observing.
This is, let me just say,
Absolutely not. Everyone has spoken. Nothing more needs to be said. We're just gonna sit back and watch you.
in Black Panther, well, I guess it was the famous line from Queen Mother. What did she say? Show them who you are. This is who we are.
Show them who you are.
This is who we are. This is who we are. And other stuff that you hear, you see, I don't care, you see on video, all that stuff. This is who we are. Yeah. And we're gonna be who we were destined to be. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, you too. You
Thank
get,
you,
oh my
everybody.
God.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the best one.
Yeah.
I'll see you soon. You know I got your back. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get you a book. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
God bless.